Action.
Action. Hello, hello.
Hello. What's going on, Mars?
Hey, not much, Tim. How you doing?
Pretty good. We're just talking about beverages.
Cold
Right.
beverages.
Cold beverages. Everybody just missed it. Cold beverages. Over here.
We are live on multiple platforms. Animation Mentor live stream. We used to call it Facebook Live. Remember back in the day?
Tim
It
with
was
the
just-
punch dance.
Oh, he's doing punch.
Punch.
Don't worry, we only got one viewer so far.
Yeah, okay, good. Thank God. I'll wait. I'll unleash the rest of it when we get,
Minute 29.
yeah, we're exploding into the double digits, like 11 or 12.
Oh, okay. I can't wait. Well, welcome to the Animation Mentor live stream. Super excited to have you all joining us from Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and X, formerly known as Twitter.
Yes.
Welcome. This is a live stream that we do every single month for you. We do it for you. Each one of you.
Yes.
And we are here to answer questions about, what is Animation Mentor? How does it work? What do you guys do? What do you guys teach? Who teaches there? What kind of, is this for hobbies? Is this for professionals? What is this?
What's the dealio?
I don't know yet.
We're going to find out. We're going to explore that
Exactly.
more. My name is Tim.
Oh, hey, Tim.
As coach here at Animation Mentor.
Yep.
That guy up there.
My name is Mars, and I am also a student success coach and studio training advisor here at Animation Mentor. We've got a LinkedIn user. They know us. I don't know who they are, though.
Hey, Mars and Tim. We know you. Who are you, LinkedIn user? Sleepy Story. Hey, Timmy, remember me? Oh, my gosh, who? I
feel like the little avatar looks familiar.
Yeah, it does. Darn it.
Rizwan Ahmed.
Hey, Rizwan. What's
Hope
up?
you're doing well as well. Yep, and we're scattered across the United States here. I'm in Northeast Ohio myself. Tim, where are you at?
Well, I currently reside in Fayetteville, Arkansas, the natural state. It's very green over here. It's very humid right now, as a matter of fact. So,
Oh, nice. Yeah, you're right on the Gulf.
we both, are originally from California, right?
Oh yeah,
A lot of
California
things
native.
happen, right? Everybody kind of goes remote and kind of working, and so yeah. But there's still a lot of folks living out there in Cali that are our teammates from Animation Mentor, as well as
Absolutely.
across the world, like you mentioned.
And speaking of around the world, we have a third person here helping us out, Mr. Camouflage. Can't see him because he's camouflage.
He is.
But we got Cameron Pratt with us, and he's helping us
So
out.
Greater Manitoba.
Greater Manitoba, not lesser, greater.
No,
Uh,
definitely greater.
Manitoba up in Canada. So we appreciate
There he
having
is.
Cam here. Hey, Pete Roby's here,
Pete Roby
And-
checking in.
and Cameron is checking
There he
in
is.
on YouTube there.
Good looking kid. Yeah.
We got a question already.
Yeah, cool.
So we can just hop in, but wanted to let you guys know that this, like I said, this is for you. So, any
Yeah.
questions that you have about Animation Mentor, how does it work?
Man.
What is it all about? We're definitely happy to ask or answer rather any questions about that.
Chavocado. Bring up Chavocado.
Am I missing something here?
Yeah, Chavocado's question. It's up there.
Oh, there it is.
And
Oh,
Sleepy
sorry.
Story, and he was the last streaming from lots
Yeah.
of questions. Chavocado asks,
Chavocado.
question. I love that name, by the way.
Yeah.
How many hours a day should animators be spending to improve their craft? I can tell you this. It varies, right? And so, if you're in sort of the earlier classes with us anyway, students are doing, 10 to 12 hours, a week, and doing
A
this
week.
stuff maybe even more, right? Depending
It's a
on
minimum, right?
right how much or how little you want to put into your shots. When students get into classes like classes 4, 5, and 6, where they're really working on acting shots, dialogue and lip sync and things like that, they're spending, I had a student that was spending, she was spending like 20, 22 hours a week doing this stuff.
Mhm.
And she probably could have gone more. I mean, really, Chavocado, it depends on, and I really like saying that name, by the way. I mean, it really depends on how much or how little you want to put into your work each and every week.
Awesome.
Rizwan's got some stuff going on up there.
It does. let's see. I've got some other messages. I'm not seeing Instagram questions, so I've got
Yeah. Yeah.
a little secret feed coming in here. But
Secret
Rizwan,
squirrel.
let's take
Yeah.
a look. Rizwan, guys, I have a big problem in keyframes, timing, smoothness, and also the graph editor. Well,
I can
that's
help
what
with the smoothness. Let's just face it.
look at that. It's so smooth. Yeah, so that's a good question too, and those are things we absolutely help with, especially timing,
Yeah.
weight, spacing. Those things are really important. The graph editor, and it sounds like a bit about animation already, which is great.
Yeah.
We have something called the Advanced Placement Program, and that is actually designed for students that already have animation experience. What you can do is when you apply to our school, you can ask questions. I'm sorry, not ask questions. I was looking at two different things there. You can include your demo reel, and one of our mentors will take a look at your work and place you in the best class for your skill set. So if you are having issues with timing, smoothness, graph editor, animation basics might be a good class for you to start off with to really review those things. Make sure you have a solid foundation and understanding in the 12 principles. So yeah, we could certainly help you out with that.
Yeah. Laura, what's up? Hello, AM fam. It's been a long time. Good to see you, Laura. Cool.
Hey,
School introvert. Hey, we're doing great. Appreciate you reaching out. Maya, going into class 4, intro to acting. Quite excited. Perfect name if you're going to go into animation, right? I know you. I already know who you are anyway, Maya.
That's awesome.
And then Chavez. That's where the nickname came from. Chavez.
Right.
Now, Trung asks, this is a great question. I don't know if you see that. If you see that, Trunglock says, what kind of services and or tools does AM provide after a student graduates? I'll tell you what.
Good question.
That is a great one. And that's, I think, one of our strengths as well, which is our post-grad stuff. So you have lifetime access to the student campus. That means any of the previous classes that you took with us, all that stuff still stays there. The training tab, your e-critiques, the job board, which is updated every single day, that you'll have lifetime access to that after you're done. And then the community, which is huge. And you can see by a lot of the messages that are coming through on here, a lot of these folks are current students and graduates that are part of the AM community. And that also includes mentors that work here too. So the post-grad contains all of that plus that community aspect, which if you're not part of the community yet, maybe it's hard to sort of understand what that means as an online school, but it's pretty deep with us, and we've got deep roots with the community. So that part of the post-grad stuff is absolutely amazing. So when you have a chance, check out our even our campus tour video. You'll see a lot of that community evident inside of that video as well.
Check this out. Boom.
I do.
If you don't know what the campus tour, boom. If you don't know what this is,
you hit him with the code.
And what Tim just mentioned, our online campus tour, our virtual campus tour, is a tour of our online campus, how things work with our campus. It's an online campus where students are collaborating. A friend of mine actually made this video. It's very, very, very good.
Yeah. And I had to throw this in there, and I thought this was really cool from Pete. Pete, when he was going through classes, he was doing 4 to 6 hours even after work sometimes. Right?
Oh, yeah.
To trying to get his stuff right. And his shots are amazing. That piano shot from Pete, I know the guy that, you know what I mean, that, the whole thing, right?
Yeah. I've got a couple questions here I want to highlight because we've got a few coming from Instagram that are not showing up in the chat here. So let's get to some of these Instagram folks. We see you, Instagram. So wanted to bring up this first question at Nals Anims says, I have a question about enrolling. How can I go about it? So great question. So what you need to do, it depends. We have 2 different types of classes. We have workshops and we have courses. The workshops, all you really need to do, it's kind of like shopping on Amazon. You just go to the registration portal. You can just go to registration.animationmentor.com or simply go to our website, animationmentor.com. You choose a workshop and you check out, and it's pretty easy. You got to pay tuition, things like that. But for our 3D character animation courses, the core program that we have here, both for feature films, games, and even creatures as well, you do need to submit an application. So there's an application process where you're going to fill out a rather simple application, fill out all your information, contact information, things like that.
Yep.
And you're also going to write an essay. So that this is kind of like a college entrance essay, and you're going to spend some time and tell us why you want to become an animator. So I think that's probably the most important part of the application, Tim, right?
Yeah.
How long should this essay be? Like one sentence, or what
Yeah,
do you think?
no, that's not going to work because
It's not quite
yeah,
enough, right?
yeah, we definitely, it doesn't help us a lot. Animation's about storytelling, and so we love a good
Absolutely.
story when somebody's submitting their application essay. Paragraph or 2 paragraphs is cool, and don't knock on your neighbor Chad GPT's door to have him write the essay for you. We prefer it if it's from the human mind.
Yeah,
That helps us to kind of understand, where you're coming from and why you want to make cartoons for a living. How fun is that,
right.
right? And
Absolutely.
so that's kind of what we want to hear.
Yeah,
Cool.
and Nal's Anims on Instagram. If you have any questions about the enrollment or application process, please feel free to reach out.
Yeah.
You can send us a
Hey,
DM.
I tell you what, we are everywhere. It's the United Nations of Animation. We've got
That's right.
Ava checking in from Nigeria. We've got Sharon, right, that specifically talking about, she comes from Egypt and not a lot of opportunities that are there. I mean, there's people from around the planet checking in. Sherry, I want to start, and I don't know where I should start specifically. I come from Egypt, and not a lot of resources are available. Sharon, I can tell you this, and Mars had touched base with somebody earlier about this. One of the best places to start with us is Animation Basics.
Yeah.
To begin with, learn the principles: timing, spacing, weight, anticipation. The wave principle is part of it. Learning
Right.
all of those things are super duper important before you head into things like body mechanics and advanced body or even character acting. Start with the principles class. You have to have a solid foundation in order to build a house upon it. And that's part of it. If you don't even know how to use the software, and this is like a totally new experience for you, check out our 6-week Maya workshop. Learn the software that is probably the most industry standard software that you can find. QR code, he hit him with it. And then once you've learned the software side of it, apply those skills in the Animation Basics course as well.
Yep.
The workshop is cool. Not only that, when you do apply or you register for the workshop, you don't have to pay for the software, which is sweet because it's crazy daisy expensive. It's like $230 a month for the subscription or something like that. Am I wrong?
I think 3-year subscription's over $5,000 now. And I tell
Crazy,
students,
man.
I tell students, Maya is professional level software, and so it's priced professionally, So, oh, Jim, you there? Or you froze? I'm not sure if. Oh, did we lose Tim? Check. Okay, yeah, he froze on my end too. Well, we've got a couple more questions I want to get to. Hopefully, Tim will get back to us soon. Hoping he'll get back in a moment. We've got a few questions here from Instagram. I wanted to go ahead and read to you guys. We've got @bunny17. Hey Mars, question for you. I have 7 years of experience as a 3D animator and have worked for Disney projects and recently worked on a Star Trek Prodigy. It looks like Tim's going to be back in a minute. Oh, okay. That's all right. And is there any advanced placement from Animation Mentor? So yeah, great question from Bunny17 on Instagram. Yes, you would sound like the perfect candidate for our advanced placement program. And, it's specifically designed for students that have previous animation experience, whether they're students or professionals like you. This would be perfect. So yeah, all you need to do is include your demo reel and with your application, and we will get that reviewed by one of our mentors. And it looks like Tim's back. I'm going to bring him back in just a second. Here he comes. Wow. Welcome back.
That was insane. It was like,
where did you go?
It was crazy. I was so excited, that I like backed out of my seat here, and my heel grabbed the cord off of my
oh my goodness,
my computer there and just completely unplugged it. But look how fast I rebooted everything.
That was pretty good.
That's impressive. Right?
Cool. I'm just going through a couple more Instagram. No, that's okay. Welcome back. Going through a couple of more Instagram questions that didn't make it over here to the chat feed. We've got another one from Ashiboo86. Hi, I'm from Jamaica. How How would I get to attend the animation classes? Well, Ashley Boo, you would not be the first Jamaican student that we've had here at Animation Mentor. We've certainly had students from Jamaica before. Being an entirely online school, and if I haven't mentioned that before, Animation Mentor is entirely online. We do not have a physical campus. If you've got a computer that can run animation software and a reliable internet connection, and hopefully a camera and a headset or microphone, something like that, you can attend Animation Mentor. So totally fine to attend from Jamaica and pretty much anywhere in the world.
Jamaica. I had to. And yeah, Trung, is the Maya workshop necessary if you already have a little experience using Maya and other 3D programs like Blender? That's a great one. And so, we are a Maya school here at Animation Mentor. So, Maya is our primary software that we use. If you have some Blender experience, that's cool. But none of our character rigs are in Blender. So you do want to kind of like make Maya your main jam if you're attending AM. So if you know things like how to, keyframe with Maya, know the graph editor, FK, IK, things like that. If you kind of have your bearings around that, then you should be able to dive right into the Animation Basics 12-week course. And again, if you do that, submit your application first. That's the biggest thing. There's 2 terms you can apply for right now. So if you already have experience using Maya, go ahead and apply for our summer term if you can start then. It starts June 24th. There's still some really great spots with some great mentors to register for. So you can get your application submitted for the summer 24 term. If you don't have Maya experience, apply for the fall term. That starts right around my birthday, by the way, if you're shopping for gifts. Pretty close. September 23rd is when that thing is going to be starting. That gives you an opportunity to take our Maya workshop either on June 24th, and then the next one is August 5th? August 5th.
Yep. You got it.
Yep. So there you go.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks, Tim. So we got another one. I think it's Curtis, Curtis. Hopefully saying that right. How long do I have to wait to register if I miss the current deadline? Here's the thing, applications are almost always open. So, just like Tim had said, if you've already got Maya experience and Maya, you can go ahead and apply for the summer term that's starting June 24th. If you don't have Maya experience yet, go ahead and apply for the fall term that begins September 23rd. And you'll have 2 opportunities to take the Maya workshop in the summer term before the fall term begins. Good question. Got a couple more questions here from Instagram, but Tim, feel free to highlight any that you see there on the other ones.
And sketch times 3. I have a question. It's hard. Is it hard to keep a role in the industry, and could you do multiple roles and positions?
That's a good question.
Well, that is a pretty good question because, it depends on where you're looking for gigs at. I know that there are some gigs that are more contract gigs that are a little bit smaller, right? A little bit shorter. And then there's some that are a little bit long-term. I know people that have been at, studios like Pixar and Rodeo FX for years and holding down their positions because they're just good animators, right? And so it depends too, if you're doing like, movies, right? Full feature films at studios versus say doing weekly episodes, weekly shows for like Disney TV or something like that, where it's a lot more faster paced and turn and burn. So it just depends on you and how good your demo reel is. And I know this about animation too, you really can't keep your resume the same forever and ever and ever, right?
Always building your skills.
Mars and I do student success, and so our resumes from a couple years ago could easily be the same as they are now. If you're an animator, you need to keep reinventing yourself, adding new stuff in there. That's how you're going to keep your job a much longer time frame than, just short, quick hitting gigs. That's my opinion.
Cool. Thanks for that, Tim. Got another one here from Instagram from Haikal from Indonesia. If I may know, how long have you been in the animation studio industry? So Animation Mentor is an online animation school, and our school's been around since 2005. So we've been around, 19 years already?
Almost the
very first online animation school. So we've been around for quite a while. And our mentors who teach at major studios, and I'll kind of tie this in, with another question that I saw come in. Our mentors are from Disney, Pixar, DreamWorks, Industrial Light and Magic, Sony, Framestore, Weta. I can think of probably a few even other studios. So this is very high level animation education. To address your question, Sleepy Starlin, this is not a free school. So this level of education, you do need to pay tuition. And by comparison, if you're comparing tuition of Animation Mentor to a traditional college or university, it's rather inexpensive if you're doing kind of apples to apples comparison, based on a 2 or 4 year art college here in the United States. So but yeah, and back to High Call. So we're Tim and I our specialty is around academic advising, but our mentors have certainly been in the animation industry, many of them for decades.
The LinkedIn user up there, this is a great one. I love this one right here. If you could pull that one up, that would be really cool. LinkedIn user asks, how is Animation Mentor different from Anim School? I'm looking into all options at the moment and noticing the cost difference. This is great that you're doing your research before committing to attending a school, right? Because this is your life potentially, right? And so I could tell you this, the biggest difference between us and say a great school like Anim School, our community is probably the number one thing. And like I said before, it might not be something that makes a lot of sense right now because it's an online school. But if you see all the stuff that's coming up on this message thread, and a lot of these people are graduates and current students and people like that. So our community is just one of those things that you can't find. So we know the folks over at Anima School, and they're great, right? It's built sort of off of the model of what we have, but not completely. It's like a copy of a copy of a copy. It can never be as good as the original, and we kind of are that original. And I can tell you this, that community, and you can ask anybody on the thread, is where it's at. The job board for life, access to the campus for life, 12-week courses, all exactly. I mean, it's just insane, and if you go into the industry with the demo reel that you got from Animation Mentor, they recognize immediately based upon where you went to school. They're like, okay, we know we've got somebody that's been studio trained, current industry techniques. You should be ready to rock and roll and get right in there. I think that's the biggest difference, though, is definitely that community side of it. So if you want to do like a one-on-one tour with either Mars or myself, or look at the campus tour that's on there, you'll actually see what that looks like. It's our secret sauce.
Awesome. That's great. Thanks for that, Tim. Going back to Instagram, we still got a few more questions coming in from there as well. We've got at Hansel Coelho. For game cinematics, should you focus more on improving dialogue or focus on body mechanics? I think that's a great one as well. I think it's going to be a combination of both, but I think it's going to be heavily, focused on those body mechanics and some of those acting skills as well. And that's going to include, dialogue, lip sync, stuff like that. And we have a game animation program, so it's something that's a bit new for us.
So new, it's like,
but we have a full game animation program. It's an 18-month program. The first 3 courses of both the game animation program and the character animation program are the same. The fundamentals are the same. 12 principles of animation, body mechanics, advanced body mechanics. So you're really going to be focusing heavily on body mechanics already, and then when you get into the game animation program, then it'll kind of branch off, and you'll get more into using the Unreal game engine for gameplay. Game cinematics. There's an entire class for that, so class 6. So that's going to be really, really exciting. So thanks for that question.
Hey, pull up Paris's if you could, real quick.
I saw that one.
That's a good one. Yeah. So Paris asked, hi, Mars and Tim, what course would you recommend for somebody who's dabbled in Maya for about 1 school year, but didn't dive very far into it? It's been a while since I've touched the program. Thank you.
Good one.
Paris, thanks for checking in. And so Maya is one of those things. It's just a massive piece of software, and sort of kind of determine what part of Maya did you work on? Were you modeling with it? Were you animating with it? If you're animating with it and you've worked with it for about a school year, then chances are you probably have done a little bit of animation with it. And what's really cool about what we do is that if you've already done just a little bit of animation and you're not sure where you should start or what you should do, that's when we would say, look, do yourself a favor. If you've got some video clips like a play blast or something that can show us some of the video or some of the animation that you did accomplish using Maya, submit that over with an application for advanced placement. It doesn't cost you anything to apply, and it doesn't cost you anything to have one of our mentors review your work to say, look, this is what I saw with Paris's shot. I think she should probably start in this particular class based upon what I've seen. So I would do that, and at least that way you can have one of our mentors actually give you a recommendation to say, I think you're best suited to start here. We match you up with the class that's perfect for you.
Perfect. And just to tail off of that, there was another question that came in from Instagram about the Maya workshop. Natia Column asks, is the Maya workshop geared more towards modeling or animation? You kind of answered that already. So
you get 1 week of modeling. That's like the week one. The rest is full animation.
Yeah, a little bit of modeling in the beginning. We just want to get you familiar with working in a 3D environment. You'll build a house, and then from there, it's all going to be animation. So great question from Natia on IG.
Yeah. Got a lot of great questions today.
We do, and we've got 117 people with us right now. So,
side note, I don't know if you knew this, and I caught this earlier when Sarah had posted it, but the Ari Santos thing that's coming up seems like it's going to be pretty cool. I don't know if you saw that on there, but that looked pretty cool. It was all about lip sync.
Nice.
And it looked super, super cool from what I could tell. It was animating dialogue and lip sync, mastering lip sync with Ari Santos, June 26th.
Oh, it's coming up.
Ari Santos is amazing. He's over at Disney now, but he did a ton of work on Spider-Verse and I mean just a gazillion other films. He's one of our mentors here as well, and so that they can find through the website and jump right on there and check that out. That seems like it'd be a lot of fun to attend.
Yeah, you can go to well, let's see. I don't know if I can share that here, but it is on our website. Let's see. I don't have.
You probably share the link in itself to webinar sign up. This is free. This is a free. Wow. I'll tell you what. For the Anim School question that we had earlier, this is again one of those things that is a real big differentiator between us. Is that we offer a lot of really cool webinars, such as this one here. Remember, we had the TED T one. Things like this are really amazing. Look at that, Laura checking in. Where do I find that?
There you go. Look at this. Boom. Webinar
look,
sign up.
You're smacking that QR code out. I just got to give you a couple punch dances for that.
Oh, you said they were coming.
Yeah,
we got. We got a few more IG questions. I want to make sure I get to these too. We got some good ones over here. Not sure if I know how to say this one. It looks like Meep Othalia. If you're registered and you got accepted, but you're not able to attend this semester, can you still join the next semester? So great question. If you registered and you got accepted and you're not able to attend, yeah, absolutely. You can talk to us. We can defer your acceptance to a future term. I do like to caution students, though. There's this, this disorder. No,
I know where you're going.
I call it next termitis, and so
it's a thing.
It's a thing, And sometimes we hear that from students. Hey, I'll join next term. I'll join next term. So just be careful of that. I say there's no, better time to jump in than right now. Sometimes you're waiting for this perfect moment, but sometimes that never really happens. Sometimes you just gotta jump in. But yes, you can certainly do that. That is something that we can help you with if you need to defer to a future term. That's certainly.
And I tell you, it's all about communication too, right? And community. If you let us know, we're like, oh yeah, no problem. You don't need to reapply. We'll just kind of defer your application over. So just let us know. And look at John, the Kwasniak checking in.
Kwasni's checking in with us. Good to see you, John.
We love him.
Oh. Got a call coming in here.
Me too.
Yep, I'm gonna make sure I'm on Do Not Disturb.
Me too. I know. Mine reset when I had that little
your computer
snafu there. Now I got
cool. I got another one here. Wow, the Instagram questions are really coming in. Maybe you can help out with this one, Tim. So at Sumed asks, hey, I'm struggling with creativity block. Any guidance there? Got any suggestions?
Wow, I'll tell you what, I in creativity block, that's one of the cool things too about having, like peer buddies and stuff like that with us, because they can help with some of that stuff and tutors and stuff like that. Those are really huge things for you. I tell people also to look for inspiration outside of their, their own, four walls, and people watching is a big way to get some creativity back into your life. I mean, having kids, I know that kids will do anything. They do ridiculous things. They don't care if you're watching them. They don't care what happens. So even looking at like stuff like that and just people watching and seeing things happen around you is sort of a way to maybe instill some creativity. And as weird as it is, sit down and watch some movies. Right? Go back to some of the movies that you used to love that maybe inspired you. Go dive back into Monsters Inc., right? Something like that. Watch Boss Baby or something, that's kind of interesting and a little bit different to kind of re-inspire your creativity. That's what I'd recommend.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome, Tim. Well, hard to believe that 30 minutes flew by really quick. Excellent questions today. Now, I know there's some questions we didn't get to, but what I would encourage you to do is send us a message. There's a lot of different ways to get a hold of us. If we did miss your question today, we definitely want to answer that. We try to get to as many as we possibly can. I know we missed a couple on Instagram, but we check the DMs on Facebook and Instagram all over the place all the time. So you can send us messages there. You can also follow us. You should definitely follow us at Animation Mentor. Those various webinars that we were talking about, the one with that are coming up, those are available to both Animation Mentor students and non-students too. If you want to find out more, definitely follow us so you know when different events are coming up. Yep. You can call us or text us at 877-426-3628. That is our phone number. You can email any of your questions directly to admissions@animationmentor.com. That goes right to me and Tim as well. And my favorite banner that I like to post down here.
Here it comes. Wait for it.
It's coming.
Punch dance. It was
so cool.
I tried.
But yeah, we want to thank you guys for joining us. This was an awesome live stream. Tune in next month. We have from time to time, we have guests. We might do some other fun and exciting things. So make sure you check us out next month when we have our live stream as well. And like I said, please contact us directly if you do have any questions, if you're interested in applying. And Tim and I all often set up Zoom calls and phone calls and WhatsApp calls with students so we can kind of help you out personally.
We do.
Cool. Any last words, Tim?
Man, I tell you what. No, I think we did a lot today. There were so many fabulous questions coming in. They were coming in from around the world.
They were,
which is really kind of cool. So thank you guys for hanging out with us. You could have done a lot of other things, and you guys hung with us, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. We'll see